Welcome to today's daily video lesson. Today's topic is linear equations from word problems. As with all daily video lessons, feel free to pause the video at any time to solve the problems before seeing the solutions. This is a basic word problem. In general, the strategy is going to be finding all of the numerical information and associating it with its variable or categorization. In this case, we have a rate of 1/8 of a millimeter per year. And at this rate, how many years would it take for the stalactite to grow a total of 4.0 millimeters? If we let y be the number of years, then the length of the stalactite after y years is simply multiplying y by the rate of 1/8 of a millimeter per year. We want to figure out how long it's going to take until this length becomes 4.0 millimeters. Now we have a linear equation, which we can simply solve by multiplying both sides by 8. Doing so yields y is equal to 32, which means that it takes 32 years for the stalactite to grow 4.0 millimeters if it only grows 1/8 of a millimeter each year. You do not need to include the units in your answer. Sometimes you don't solve a linear equation. Most times you are describing a mathematical situation with an equation as your answer. Let's look at these numbers. Jacqueline spent $150. Notice words like spent indicates sign. If you spend money, you lose money, which means that this is going to be negative. She charges $25 for each lawn that she mows. Since she's making money, we understand that this will be positive. Ultimately, after the first week, she has a net gain of $50. We're told that X is the number of lawns that Jacqueline mowed during the first week. Since she charged $25 for each lawn, she made 25 times the number of lawns that she mowed, which was X. Of course, we don't want to forget that she had to spend money on supplies, so we need to subtract the $150 that she spent originally. However, the problem tells us that she still ended up making a total of $50. It is not uncommon to have a table from which you interpret linear equations. In this case, because linear equations have constant slopes, all that is necessary is to simply compute one slope. You can choose any that you like. In this solution, I will choose just these first two values. Don't forget that slope is equal to the rise over the run. We understand from the multiple choice answers here that D, the average amount of money, is going to function like the rise, whereas the age is going to function as the run. If we take the value 36 and 42, we take their difference, understanding that there is a change of minus $6 to go from here to here. The age, however, is going to increase 3 years. Simplifying this slope gives us minus 6 over 3. And minus 6 divided by 3 is negative 2. The correct option is A, because it is the only option choice that has the correct slope that describes the table. Sometimes we interpret a linear equation model that is given to you. In this case, it is important not to confuse the labels that are given for the variables. G models the annual percentage increase in the population, whereas the variable X is concerned simply with the years after 1990. Thus, when we interpret G of 20 equal to 1.376, we understand that X is equal to 20 and G is equal to 1.376. Since X has to do with years after 1990, we understand this is 20 years after 1990, and can eliminate A and eliminate B. Next, we understand that G is the annual percentage increase. Thus, G equals 1.376 describes the percentage increase over the previous year. That is option C. Our last question is going to be a fun conceptual one. 3,000 pieces are in the puzzle in total, where 216 of those pieces are edges. And when you have a puzzle, you have inside pieces plus the edges. Together, the inside pieces and the edge pieces gives you the total number of pieces. We are told that this equation models the situation. Since we know that 216 corresponds to the edge pieces, and that the total number of pieces is 3,000, then the 48R that is listed in the given information must coincide with the inside pieces. Thus, there are 48R inside pieces. Another way to think about this is starting with the equation 48R plus 216 is equal to 3,000. Since we know that this specific number, 216, has to do with the edge pieces, and that we know the 3,000 is the total, the remaining pieces is 48R.